So it's almost 3 years of me running my own videography setup, and this has brought me around $50,000 in the last 3 years. So the extra income that came in allowed me to invest a little bit more and build my nest egg for retirement as well. So in this video, I'll go through how I started, what my challenges were, and where is this side hustle for me right now. But before we jump into that, we got to thank today's sponsor, Awesome. So if you're like me looking to run a small business, chances are there are some hoops to jump through, like getting your company incorporated, getting your finances right, and ensuring that your invoices are all kept properly for accounting purposes. So needless to say, if you're a one-man show, this will be a lot of things for you to handle. But with Awesome, these guys got a team that's ready to help you get started. So at Awesome, they will handle all your administrative stuff and financial paperwork so that you can focus on growing your brand or getting new customers. So what's great about Awesome is how responsive their team is when it comes to queries that you might have, and they provide free financial advice based on your company's account. So this gives you, as the business owner, a peace of mind to focus on what really matters. So all your payments, your invoices will all be managed through an app, so you won't come to a situation when you lose an invoice or you're late on your payments. So check out the link in my description down below to get a free incorporation plus 16% off your first year of corporate secretary and accounting services with them. Once again, thank you Awesome for sponsoring today's video. So let's talk about how I started this small business of mine. So I started this when I was in a production house. So in a production house, I was doing sales, I was selling video services to clients, but I also went on set to learn the hard skills about the trade, like how to position your lighting, how do you use a camera, and how do you place mics onto people. So at the same time, there are also some soft skills involved. That was how to do client management, how do you plan for a shoot, and how do you do up a storyboard, and how do you get additional help from freelancers if you do need them. So in that job, I was basically there for 2 years learning different aspects of the job, and I'll be really frank, it was really tough work because we have days where we were shooting 12 to 16 hours a day, and then we had days where we were under the hot sun the whole day, and sometimes there are multiple day shoots. This will slowly start to wear you down. But the crucial thing that I did here was to constantly post about things that I'm doing on social media. So when I was on set, people love to see what was the scene like behind the camera, so I'll take pictures of that. So sometimes you have great talents that you can take photos with, and sometimes you meet C-level people from various organizations that are very willing to take photos with you. So all these little things that I've done brought in some curiosity from the circle of friends that I had, and one thing led to another. I was doing some videos for some small businesses as well. However, these businesses were usually friends' businesses, and chances are there might be a few that you have to do for free before you start getting paid. So this brings us to the first challenge that I faced, which was the free to fee model. So this is a very unpopular opinion because many of us wouldn't want to work for free. It just doesn't make sense because you have to pay for your transportation, you have to pay for your food and drinks if it's a long day, and you end up spending a whole day out there doing something, earning exposure or experience.
That makes no fucking sense.
But personally to me, I feel that this is a trial by fire, and doing free to fee has its benefit as well. So you are able to practice your skill sets, you are able to learn how to communicate with different customers, and you are able to learn and try out things that you wouldn't be able to on larger sets or larger projects. So if you're thinking of starting your own business and thinking of doing the free to fee model, you should always ask for something in return. So this could be asking for a written testimonial, or taking behind the scenes that you can use for social media, or even asking for a free product or sample or whatever it is you're shooting for. Unless you're shooting for cars, then you should be paid to shoot for cars. So the next challenge that I faced was managing my time. So although I was managing a small business, and during the first year it was getting roughly $20,000 in revenue, definitely this wasn't enough for me to leave my job and do it full time, but it gave me the perspective that with the additional time that I had, I can actually yield more income that can be put towards something greater in the future. So truth be told, most of my annual leave from my day job was used to earn additional income with this side business of mine, because I feel that at this stage in life, I should be pushing as much as I can, so when I reach the age of 40, I can slow down the pace or slow down the speed and do what really matters to me, or maybe do what I really love and enjoy doing. So in my case, videography requires me to be physically on site for me to earn an income. But there are other means like freelance writing that can be done after work, or giving tuition on weekends, all these can bring additional income at the cost of sacrificing some small little enjoyment time for more income that can be used to build your way to financial freedom, if that's what you're going for. And to be honest, it's not easy, especially when you're married, so your partner has to have a little bit of understanding why you're doing this right now. And the last problem I faced was scaling up. So after the first year, the money was pretty okay, was pretty good. But the question now I have is, how can I scale and increase my revenue, which means it will give me more profits. So this one's a little bit tricky for me because I was almost maxing out my annual leaves and I didn't make any more sense for me to take no pay leave because it will leave a bad taste in my employer's mouth. So one thing that I did was to only work with a certain group of clientele, and this meant that I could provide more value in terms of production, and I could also charge more because we're not just doing TikToks anymore, but we're also providing content planning, giving inputs into the video to make it look great and all that good stuff. So with this strategy, I went on from having 10 clients to now I only serve 2 clients, but the revenue I get is kind of on par or sometimes even more than what the 10 clients used to pay me. So right now in 2023, things are getting a little bit different right now. So I recently lost my job and now my day job is kind of not yielding me any more income, which means that I have more time to do more stuff, but at the same time, there will be less stable income coming in. So what I can probably do right now, or what I think I will do right now, is to continue working with the 2 clients that I have because it's still something that I'm able to manage, and I'll be definitely hiring some freelancers to help me out on the shoot, which reduces the workload on my end and allows me to focus on looking for new customers. So 2023 is gonna be pretty tough for me right now since I just lost my job, but I think that this is how I started my story from $0 to $50,000 by doing projects for free in return for testimonial and slowly scaling up into providing additional services like planning, creating concepts to help my client achieve what they want. So as the saying goes, exceed your customers' expectation. So if you do that, they will keep coming back over and over again. So I hope this video has gave you some insight into the potential challenges that you might have if you are starting your own business. So don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you very soon in the next one.